Ah, like one that he made. It was pretty cool. Okay, so in this video we're checking out another plane here from XK. It's the A130 or the A130 series. It's the Y20. It's a military cargo transport plane. Very simple plane here for obviously for beginners. Uses differential thrust on the back here with two brushed motors. See the propellers there? So the motors here in the front are these little jet engines here are just for decoration, and for scale looks it is non-operational. There's a gyro in here that stabilizes the plane and keeps it level and makes it really fly very smooth and easy for beginners to fly. This is very similar. I think the gyro, the stabilizer in this is either the same or pretty much exactly the same as this other plane that I reviewed earlier, also from XK. This is the A100 series here. This one is the SU-27. There's also another similar one. I think it's called the J11 or something like that, I believe. And it's like gray colored. Also uses the same stabilizer. They both have, all these planes have the servo in the back with elevator control. And so that's what separates these new XK models from a lot of the other planes that I reviewed before with the two motors in the back for differential thrust. You would have to also use throttle to make the plane climb or descend. You don't need to do that because this has the same elevator in the back here with a servo. There's a servo inside the foam here, and the elevator will go up and down, which will control the pitch of the aircraft. And the stabilizer does use this as well to maintain the plane in level flight. There's some nice little wheels here on the bottom, so to make sure they're on straight, otherwise it won't fly straight or roll straight on the ground and when you throttle up. So I think I had to twist the front one to make it go straight on takeoffs. There's a on-off switch here in the bottom, and the antenna here just kind of stick on the bottom like that to keep your connection. There's a battery inside here, a little 1S battery, and also the little 1S battery charger is included in the kit. One thing you should be aware of is that if you do fly this out of range of the radio and it goes into failsafe, well, actually it doesn't go into failsafe, it just flies away. So don't fly this too far away. I know some people are going to be asking to fly this FPV. I would not recommend that because this little toy transmitter probably doesn't have a lot of range, and as soon as it loses connection, the motors will just spin up to full speed. So actually, let me just show you what happens. Just to, if you guys don't believe me, you want to really be careful. So we'll turn this on. Got a little red light there flashing. Turn on the transmitter, and we should have a connection now. Alright, and then one thing I want to show you is that as the gyro or the stabilizer is working, as you tilt the plane, the elevator should move up and down. It's kind of hard to see on camera here, but that's how it maintains level flight. And then let me go ahead and show you how the failsafe is not working, and it'll fly away if you happen to lose your connection. So go ahead and I'll put the throttle up a little bit, and if you turn off the radio, it goes into full speed there, as you can see, and I turn the radio back on to maintain connection. And I see when it reconnected, only one motor is working now. Gonna have to reboot everything to turn it off and on. Another thing you should note is when you turn it on, and while it's trying to understand where level is, you should put it on a level ground. Don't turn it on and have it like on a crooked, like at an angle. It might actually not fly level if you do that. So go ahead and turn this on, and then set it down a flat surface. There, and then as you hear the servo activate, at that point the gyro has basically initialized, and it knows what level is. So then this will basically be what level flight will be. If you're tilted over like this, if you're on like on a side of a hill or something that's not level, then they'll think this is level, and then when you're in the air, you'll be basically tilted over or pitched forward or whatever the whole time, and you'll not have a good flying experience. Anyway, overall I thought it flew great. It's like $40 for the whole thing here, battery, charger, transmitter, the plane. I think this is going to be really easy for someone that's never flown anything before. You can basically fly it with one hand. You'll see here in the flight demo that I'm going to show you. I would just basically raise the throttle till about half, and so it's not really climbing, just enough to keep it in the air, and then you can just make right turns and left turns with the right stick. Now when you're using the pitch for the elevator control, I would say don't pull back too much on the elevator too quickly, because then what will happen is it will try and pitch up really fast and then it'll stall out and then it'll be hard to control. So try and be a little bit more gentle on your pitch. On the roll, you can pretty much go crazy on the roll axis, right and left. That's not going to matter too much. But yeah, if you pull back on the elevator too much, then you will basically the plane will nose up too much and it will too quickly and it will stall out and you'll probably end up crashing. That's probably the only way you can crash this, is by pulling back on the elevator too hard and causing it to stall. So that's the only thing that I would recommend for beginners if you're just getting this. Just be careful of that, and otherwise it'll fly pretty predictably, and you should be able to get this in the air really quickly and figure out how it flies and have some fun with it, and shouldn't take too long for that. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you the demo flight that I actually had my hat cam working that day. Just to give you a little context, I was actually at the park there with a friend of mine, so I'm actually talking to my friend, and it's not necessarily to you guys here on the camera. So if you're wondering what's going on, that's the reason why. I'm just sort of demonstrating the plane and how easy it is to fly, and you get the understanding of that through the flight demo. Anyway, guys, it's good to do it for this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. It's not bad. Yeah. Wow, actually is pretty stable. Yeah, it's better to fly from this direction. Sun behind me, you can see it. It's like it's totally hands off. It has a stabilizer. The stabilizers used to cost like hundreds of dollars. You can get them from like $5 now at like aftermarket places.
That's awesome.
I'm not even using the throttle. It's just the right stick.
Wow.
They said this is like supposed to be so easy that like kids can fly it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
This kid can easily fly this. Look at that, you don't have to do anything. I just had the throttle like mid-throttle and just... It's like super easy. Oh my god, that's so much fun. Man, if I had this when I was a kid, holy crap.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of fun.
Yeah.
That looks so cool in the air too, doesn't it? Those fake engine nacelles. Those are not even, they don't do anything, it's just for decoration.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh, it looks kind of cool with the balloon in the background.
Yeah.
See if I can bring it by here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Not bad for $40.
Dang, $40.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's no wind, it's actually really stable. Get a little closer to me here. Look at that. The battery is already starting to go a little bit.
1S?
1S. Go through the gate. Keep forgetting this doesn't have yaw. The left stick doesn't let you yaw at all. Like want to fly like a real plane, but it can't.
I see.
Hilarious. Have you ever flown airplanes before?
Only ones like this.
Like the
Differential.
ones that fly itself? Which one did you have?
It was, you know, Matthew. You met Matthew.
Oh yeah.
It was one of his.
Ah.
Like one that he made too. It was pretty cool.
Ah, that's cool.
But yeah, nothing.
Oh.
Nothing other than that.
Oh, you can't pull up on the elevator too much.
Yeah, stall.
It stalls. Nice.
The scale model of it, aspect of it, is
Yeah.
really cool.
I have another one of these coming. It looks like the A380 from Airbus.
Oh really?
Yeah, it looks exactly like it.
Look at that sauce.
Gosh, the battery's actually lasting way longer than I was expecting. I thought it'd be dead by now. Huh?
Last long time.
Yeah. It's a little tiny 1S battery too. It's like a 300 milliamp hour 1S.
Oh, wow.
Like the tiny whoops, they would have been dead like a long time ago.
That's why, yeah, I know you know, but it was a revelation to me because I never flew planes.
Uh-huh.
But it was like once I got into quads, I was like, oh, planes are so awesome because they're so efficient.
Yeah. Whoa. Actually climbing now, it's weird. Yeah, I'm not really doing any throttle management. Go a little slower.